Happy Halloween, everybody. Welcome to Aaron's 31 Days of Horror. 31 days in a row of just horror things. Horror movies, horror music, horror thoughts, horror for this beautiful Halloween season that I'm so excited is here, and I can't wait to do this again. Today is day one. I'm going to be reviewing the movie Weapons. I just saw this and I recorded it right after, so I saw this in the movie theaters. So if you've never done a 31 Days of Horror review with me, here we go. I don't like spoilers, and I don't like to reveal too much of the film for you. First, I'm going to tell you how to watch this, meaning like, should you see the movie theaters? You should see it with friends or a loved one, or how, or alone. And then I also am going to give you a 1-minute erroneous synopsis, because I don't like trailers. So this will just be so you understand what this movie's about. My review, I can only have a minute to get it in there, so it's not going to be too in depth. And then I will give some fun categories as a little fun ending, and then tell you how I feel about the ending and if I would stab at this film again. A lot to go over, but it's really quick. Here it is: Weapons. How to watch Weapons. Now, I saw it in a movie theater with my friend. That was my experience with it, and I really enjoyed that, but I also felt like I could really watch this alone and gotten a lot more out of it, and I can't wait to do that, is to watch this alone, get deeper within it. So I think that this is a good first-time scare. So if you're a first-time scarer and like you don't watch a lot of scary things, this would be great for you, because there's not too much scare. It does get gory. I do like to warn about gore, but it's few and far between. Watch alone, watch with your friends. I think you're safe with this one. All right, so here is my 1-minute summary. That's right, I've got 1 minute to just give you a brief synopsis, a brief summary about this one. And listen, I don't write anything down. This is literally just off the top of this noggin, this head. So it's very erroneous. My name is Aaron. So these thoughts will just come however they come. And I also, again, spoiler free. So don't worry, I'm not going to reveal anything really that's going to ruin the film for you. I don't want to ruin this film for you. So let's go. We go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Weapons essentially is about there's 17 kids who have gone missing. They have ran away in the middle of the night at 2:17 in the morning, and all together individually from their houses, and now there's this kind of mystery after it. Like, they're all from the same exact classroom, so everyone's very suspicious of this teacher and what could have happened, and the town is kind of just reeling from that. And then we get to kind of experience what happens in the fall of that. Where have these kids gone? And there's some mystery attached to this. There's definitely some horror attached to it. It's very dramatic, as well as kind of non-linear in the way it tells its story. So if that's not your vibe, it's non-linear, breaks it down kind of character by character, and we get to know each character, and then the story kind of comes together. That might be a little too revealing, but yeah, I think that that's good. 5. Oh my gosh, that was easy. I don't want to give away too much. I also don't think that does give away too much as well. It's like, it's just, I didn't know that going into it, but it's not like it ruins the film to know that they go character by character. So now, time for my 1-minute review. Yeah, so I've got 1 minute. So I didn't write anything down. I literally just wanted, like, as if I'm talking to a friend, what I would suggest, how I liked it, all that stuff. Let's go. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Loved this film. Loved it. It's character driven, and it's a drama as much as it is a mystery, as much as it is a horror. And this is Zach Cregger's. Oh god, I forget butcher his name. Anyways, he did Barbarian, so it's kind of in that same very different films, but still just as wild as Barbarian gets. It's funny, it's clever, it's got a good mystery about it. The acting is so well done, the writing is so well done. It kept me glued to my seat. I was like watching frame by frame. I was looking for any kind of little hints at every little frame, and it also just was awesome that like we're kind of afraid of the people as much as we are afraid of whatever this monster or whatever it is doing this. You're afraid of the townspeople. You're afraid of even the characters that were following at that time. Like, everyone kind of feels scary in a way. But yeah, just well done. I think that what he wanted to get across, he got across, in my opinion, and it's just a fun time at the movies. There we go. So now it's time for Aaron's categories. I like to give horror films just fun categories because I just find horror fun. The hard thing about horror is that it's so broad. Like, not all horror is necessarily scary, and some horror is just creepy or has a weird vibe about it, or gets gory, or is violent. Horror is so subjective. Or psychological horror So it's broad. So I want to kind of just give it fun categories. So I'm just going to let you know what you are in for with this. It is a mystery. So if you like just try to solve a mystery, there's a mystery about it. Character driven. So this is really about getting to know characters and following them. I kind of liked that it was, you could really possibly judge a person just based off of like one scene, and then you get deeper from someone else's story and realize, oh, I shouldn't have judged that person. We're all just kind of people, and we all have our stories, and that's what Weapons was to me in general. Gore. I don't think it's gory, but there is gore in it, and there are moments of that. So definitely gore. And it was fun. It was fun and funny. Like, it had funny moments, funny elements, but I think that's something I really enjoy about Zach, the director and the writer, that his films have a fun element to them. They have these really dark, sinister feels about them, and the characters themselves even kind of sometimes you get dark, sinister feelings about just how the way they live their lives or what they're doing, their actions. And then there's always fun. There's always an element of fun and ridiculousness to it that I really, really do enjoy. So I'm going to say fun. So that's it. I'm going to go with mystery, character-driven, gore, fun, funny. If that helps. I hope that helps. Sometimes that helps. I think that, let me know. You let me know in the comments. Does that help to give you fun categories like that? Now it's time to rate the ending. So horror, I'm not going to, again, spoiler free, but with horror, I think it's important to go in. I like to know, will I like this ending? Is this gonna, because sometimes you watch a horror, like, that's what I got at the ending. So I'm going to tell you what I felt about the ending. And again, horror is subjective. Or what scares us is just inherent to us, like it's so personal. This is how I feel about the ending. I'm gonna give it a 1 if I hated the ending, or a 5 if I loved the ending. Because I could love a film and still be like, what's the ending? Ugh, did they stick the ending? And I'm gonna give the ending a 4. I thought it had a good ending. There's like, you get a little detail oriented of what I'd want more done or fixed or whatever that word you want to use. But 4 to 5 at that ending. I really enjoyed that ending. 4 feels good of an ending for Weapons, definitely. Now, would I stab Weapons again? Would I see it again? Would I take a stab at it again? I'm gonna stab this film over and over and over. Yes, I'd go stab it. I'd stab it again and again. Probably by the time this, the first day of horror happens, I'll have seen it again. I'd see it again. You want to go? Let's go. Can I come over and we just watch it together? It's kind of actually a good vibe about that. I think that'd be a good like one-on-one date kind of movie as well. Oh wow, so did I jump ahead? Are we ready for our first date? Sorry if that was too forward. So yeah, stabbing Weapons again. Weapons, stab. That's funny, sorry. So there we go. Day 1 of Aaron's 31 Days of Horror. I think that's a good way to start is Weapons. I think it's hard because I don't know if this is necessarily, I find it to be a horror. It bends. It's a genre bending film. So this may not be horrific to you or be a horror to you, but it's still a great film. I think that just goes with like how we should see horror, how we should view horror is open-minded. I always think about this too. Like I wish that like we didn't have to categorize films. I think it helps us understand if we want to see a film. But if this was categorized as like a drama or a mystery, and people went and saw it and then got these horror elements, I think you'd then go, oh, this was definitely a horror. But because it's classified as a horror, I feel like people are more quick to judge it about how horrific it is. And I wonder if because he did Barbarian, he gets kind of pigeonholed, right? Like we're automatically thinking it's horror because that's what he does. So I'd like to end the video by giving you a little horror tip. Now, these are just Aaron's erroneous horror tips, just things that just come to my mind. And off of Weapons, I want to say, go into horror with an open mind. Learn very little about the film. Don't even watch the trailer. I think you should I like to do Rotten Tomatoes. I just look at like the general score and then make a choice. And it doesn't even mean that it has to be 90. Sometimes they're saying it's a 20 and then the audience is like 70, or sometimes they're both 60. It just goes, okay, I get a kind of general feel of what people are feeling without getting a review. And I definitely don't look up synopsis really that much. And I try to stay away from trailers, but sometimes I get tempted in. But overall, just go into a horror with an open mind. Yeah, just kind of enjoy it for what it is and where it wants to take you. Maybe you wanted the film to take you one direction and went this way or whatever, but that's just expectation, and don't have expectations. In fact, maybe this whole video, just wipe it out of your mind. Might have given you an expectation, and expectations are just future resentments. Happy haunts, happy horrors, happy Halloween. It's here. I'm so excited to Halloween. Happy Halloween.